By now, you've probably heard about the Servo browser engine, originally starting its life under Mozilla and was going to become the new backend for Firefox. That didn't happen though, as in one of Mozilla's quarterly mass layoffs, the entire team was fired. This basically killed the project for a couple of years, but more recently, it has lived under the Linux Foundation Europe and has been making progress again, has actually been slowly progressing to something actually usable. Now, this is still a very early browser engine, and there is a browser built around it as well. And recently, there was the release of 0.01. Now we have a 0.02 release, so I thought, why don't we try it on a range of websites and see how usable it is? Now, keep in mind, this is very early, and browsers are very complicated, because websites are very complicated, so this is going to go very badly. If you're seeing this in 2026, 2027, things are probably going to be better, but I think it's a good idea to see the current state of things, just to know where it's going. If you do want to test it, you can get the build on the GitHub. There is technically a download page on the website as well. This is for the nightly build. I am making use of a stable build just because it's less likely for things to just suddenly crash. They're probably going to suddenly crash though. So let's see how this is going to go. I'm not going to comment on features of the browser, things that are missing because, you know, there's no scroll bar on the side. There's a lot of things you'd expect in a browser to not be here. That's not the point of what we're talking about here. I just want to talk about website compatibility. Starting easy, we have the Arch Wiki. This site is basically all text with a bit of formatting. There's not much else to it. And unsurprisingly, it basically just works. Now, the headings are clearly not rendering correctly. These are supposed to have numbers on them, but everything else is entirely functional. Boxes are being rendered correctly, text is in the correct location, we're seeing sensible formatting. Nothing besides headings is obviously breaking here. So for something like this, it's fine. And if you're just dealing with text-based websites, that's going to be pretty consistently the case. The OKML website, things like that. But what about the actual website for Arch Linux? This, at least on the homepage, works. There's nothing obviously wrong here. This is much like the Arch Wiki page. It's doing its thing. These images are being rendered correctly. No problem whatsoever. There is a minor issue on this site, though, in the package search list, and this is the case anytime you see lists or drop-downs or buttons. They, in many cases, are going to work, but these are clearly... Can I zoom in? Yes, I can. These are clearly not being rendered correctly. They shouldn't be in the middle of this line. They're weirdly big. Obviously, the CSS is not applying correctly, but they function. Okay, that doesn't handle the text correctly. It functions, though. Also, there's definitely something wrong with the way this list view is rendering. Now I see the problem. This is over in Florp, which is based on Firefox. It's supposed to be alternating colors. The alternating colors are not happening here. I don't know why. Probably just some random missing CSS. But functional, okay? You can use it, but this should be expected. The Arch site is pretty lightweight. There's not really much going on. If it couldn't handle this, we probably wouldn't be able to get this far, right? It probably would have crashed by now because it would be even earlier on than it is. Let's try a slightly more complicated distro website, the Ubuntu website. Now, again, I don't care about this, whatever. It works, but you're gonna notice that it looks a little off. Something seems strange, but you might not be able to put your finger on what it actually is. The formatting is completely busted. This is how it's supposed to look. The image is supposed to be to the right of this. It's not. It is below it. If I zoom out, it doesn't change anything. And basically, everything is aligned to the left, which is not the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be next to it. It's supposed to all be nicely compacted together. This image is supposed to be related to this thing. This is how it's supposed to look. But again, this is still a usable website. It's not rendering correctly, but you can survive. Also, currently, the terminal is not spewing out errors. For some reason, Canonical dumps out text listing jobs, but we're not seeing errors yet, which is good. I was gonna say here we have Wikipedia, and then it segfaulted. I'll try that again. Maybe it really doesn't like the Linus Torvalds Wikipedia page. Okay, the main Wikipedia page is working. Let's just go to World Toilet Day. Okay, this is working. For some reason, the Linus Torvalds page is causing it to crash. I don't know why. Wikipedia apparently is kind of sometimes working, but there might be random pages which there's something on the page which causes it to die. It's less usable than I thought it was. I was gonna say it makes sense why it would still be usable. Both ArchWiki and Wikipedia are powered by Wikimedia. Apparently, the more complicated pages here can be an issue. But at least you can see the Arch Linux page on Wikipedia. So, that's something. Let's crank it up a notch and go to something every developer is likely going to be using. GitLab. GitLab working is pretty important. And notice, our favorite anime girl is loading correctly, so things are fine. But the site doesn't look correct. Something is immediately off. Where's the commits? Well, they're here. They're just down a bit lower. Also, there is no commit date and last update. Those are just not rendering whatsoever. If we go to a commit, this is just some random commit that's here. The text is loading for the commit message, and the text is loading for the commit itself. So, that's something. It's actually mostly working. Yesterday when I tried this, there was no code highlighting. It seems like it's there now. Is it fully rendering? Okay, there's definitely colors that are missing. The ifs and the whiles, those are supposed to be colored as well, and they're not here. Where is it? Right here. But it seems like it's slightly more working. I didn't update. I don't know why it's working more than it was. So the main issues here are related to formatting and styling. Again, these are not major things that you really need. Obviously, this is not in place either. If we go to an issue, let's go to some random one that is here. And let's go when it decides it wants to load here. And then open the issue. You notice the emoji upvote, downvote things, those are just not there. They just don't exist. One more substantial issue is it doesn't seem like searching for something is working. It changes something, but it's not actually doing a search. I think it's reloading the page? Also, I think it might have segfolded. Did it segfault? No? No, we just can't type anymore. Oh, no, we can type, we just can't backspace. Oh, that... Okay. Anyway, what I was trying to show you is even something that does actually have upvotes, downvotes, whatever they are, that's just not being rendered. So it's not just the fact that it was saying 0. So GitLab is messy, but let's go to something that is far more rough. GitHub. Now, the website doesn't work. There's supposed to be like a video playing here, and that's clearly not being shown. Also, you can't hear it, but my fan has just started doing fan things. So let's go to BTOP. There is a core that is jumping around, being maxed out. Also, let's close this again, and let's reopen it. And notice this line right here, 8.77 gigabytes. Let's give it a couple of seconds and just see what that does. 9.58 gigabytes. 9.95. 10.36. 10.77. Let's look at our terminal. Oh no. Oh no. And again, one more. 11.78. I am going to close this window before it causes serious problems, because there is a memory leak. During the planning for this, I think I got to about 30 gigabytes, And then I realized I should probably close this before something really, really bad happens and I'm not able to close it any longer. Instead, let's try from a GitHub repo page. Here we have the Hyperland repo, and at least initially, it looks like it's working. Now, obviously, formatting is completely busted. This is supposed to be on the side here. It's down the bottom. Yeah, it's clearly wrong. This looks better. You can see the dates, all this good stuff. But then you realize something. Those buttons aren't doing anything. Every time you click one, it just spits out an error. Because, oh, wait. Oh my god, it loaded. I have never seen it load before. What? Does it just take, like, an entire minute to load? Do the other ones work? Do I need to resize the page? How did that work? What did I do? I don't know. I don't know what I did. I don't know how that worked. I can't get it to work again. Anyway, clearly not consistent, and I actually don't know if these issues work. I couldn't see them before. Oh! Couldn't load, try again. Okay. Okay, that's to be expected. And going back, it's not loading the issues now. Can we reload? Oh! Okay, reloading worked. And now... Oh, okay, links are still working. Okay, okay. Can we get back to the code, though? I don't think we can get back to the code. Okay, let's actually just go with the link directly back to it. I didn't mean that far. I meant to this one here. Now, let's jump directly to a commit and see what happens. Unable to load the page. So GitHub is erroring out now and is just not working. But at least, unlike the homepage, we're not seeing RAM usage go up. So that's something. I also don't have a pinned CPU core. So, hey, better than nothing. It's not usable, but it's better than nothing. Does that link work? I don't think that link works either. Okay, since we're on the Hyperland GitHub page, I want to show you the Hyperland wiki, because not everything that is primarily text is just going to work. That's completely broken. Nothing is loading, none of the CSS. I don't even need to show you what the Hyperland wiki looks like, but I can tell you right now, it's not like this. So, yeah, this is very broken. Now we have Reddit. The main website, it's obviously not rendering correctly, but it's mostly functional. However, I do hear the fan, and I don't see the RAM yet. Okay, maybe it's just when there is a video present. Maybe it's just not good at decoding video right now. I think these can sometimes work. I have seen it work before, but it's definitely not consistent. The main Reddit website, it's not impossibly unusable. It's just not a pleasant experience. If you actually want to use Reddit, I would recommend going to oldreddit.com because obviously, being the older site, it's made for older browsers, and that's effectively the state that this is in. This actually works really well. Assuming it doesn't redirect you to the main website, because sometimes that does happen. Let's try different ones. That took me to the CNN website. That's not what I wanted. Go to the comments on this one. Okay, as long as it doesn't redirect you, you're in for a good time. You're still on Reddit, so you're in for a bad time, but if you want to be on Reddit, you're in for a Reddit time. Now, I don't even need to show you this. You know it's probably going to be broken because the site is a mess even on a browser that does render it correctly. The Apple website. To be fair, with it rendering incorrectly, I think it actually makes a better site. It's a lot less annoying to use. There's a lot less wasted space. Let's go to a product page And, well, oh my god, it rendered that. That's new. Okay, and now, well, lots and lots of broken images. And, oh, no, they're rendering when I scroll past. Why are they rendering when I scroll past them? All of this is broken. Yeah, the Apple site's bad even when it works. But this is worse. It's not as broken as the Hyperland wiki. I don't know why that one was breaking so badly, but clearly, like, it's not correct, right? Like, I think we can all work out this is not rendering correctly. For some reason, the shop works pretty well, though. Not right, but, like, a lot better. Why? I don't know what they're doing on this website, by the way. I got no idea how they've built this thing. And it didn't happen this time, but during planning, I did have a seg fault. So, it might also seg fault. No guarantee it's not going to, no guarantee it's going to. Oh my god, it loaded the image. What the hell? Are we seeing errors? Not from this page. These are old errors. Okay, there are errors on the Apple website, but they might be on the main page. Wow. I am actually kind of impressed. Let's go and try out Twitter. Let's use my account and... yeah, that's to be expected. Yeah, that's to be expected. Maybe a post works better. Maybe. Yes? No? I think that works worse, actually. We don't even get to tear her out. Okay. Twitter, obviously not very usable. So let's go to the site you're watching this on, YouTube. And, well... okay, it's not doing anything right now. It was doing something yesterday. Is it gonna get any further than this? Okay, I restarted Servo, and at least we got something this time. Let's go and try to search a video. Let's go to something on my own channel. We can get to the search page, but we're not seeing any thumbnails. There's no links here. There is nothing to click on. Let's instead try go directly to a video page. Yeah. That's expected. YouTube is a very JavaScript-heavy website, and if any of that JavaScript is not working, things are gonna break. Also notice that all of the logos here for upvoting, downvoting, random other things are just not working as well. As I said at the start, all of this only applies to right now. If you're seeing this in the future, it could be vastly better. But right now, Servo is a functional browser. You can browse the web, but a lot of sites are just gonna work unless the sites that are probably going to work on a browser from, 10, 15 years ago. And that makes sense considering how early the project is. I am genuinely surprised by how much actually does mostly work and how a lot of sites are basically just broken because of styling stuff. The main sites that are heavily broken are the ones which really need their JavaScript to be working exactly the way they expect. If not, things go very badly. YouTube is one of those sites that breaks really badly if you use ad blockers and block scripts and things like that. So unsurprisingly, it's gonna break pretty badly. But hey, if you like reading the LKML and 90s blogs, it's gonna work pretty well. But what do you think? Have you tried out Servo? If you have, what has your experience been like? Are you actually using it? And if you happen to be a developer on it, I'd love to know where you think it's going. So, if you liked the video, go like the video. If you actually go subscribe as well. If you really like the video and you want to become one of these amazing people over here, check out the Patreon, subscribe to Daily Bearer Pay, linked in the description down below. That's going to be it for me, and in Australia, we call a gas station the Servo.
like this.